Gentlemen, I hope you're ready for some golf because it's almost guaranteed to be a good time here on the TGC Network. And this is our second round coverage of our first event of this season. Let's get down to the first hole and see how this plays out. And that's unfortunate. That's got to be a mistake. Okay, and from 125 yards out, well, this isn't looking too good. Well, that was unfortunate. And this putt to save par. Nice little putt. And now let's see what the second hole has in store. And pretty sure he's going to like that. And from 165 yards out. Looks like a 7-iron. He's got to be pleased with that. And this putt's for birdie. Ooh, almost. And this one's for par. And a nice putt there. And now the third hole tee off. Oh well, this is an insanely powerful drive off the tee here, folks. 11 feet to the cup. Oh, and I thought that was going to go. And now we're going to take a look at the leaderboard. And now the fourth hole. And he can't be too happy with that shot. And nothing wrong with that shot. 12 feet to go here. Ooh, it looked close, but just didn't go. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. Okay, and here is the fifth hole. Well, I don't think they meant to do that on the approach. From here, this is about 10 feet away. And that one's going to go for par. And now the sixth hole. Nothing wrong with that. And this putt is for birdie. This putt's looking to be about 2 feet. And teeing off on this par 4. And this shot's looking promising. And about 175 yards away here. And looks like a 6-iron. And I think you'll like that. 16 feet away. And that one could have been the birdie, but it just missed. And next on the plate is the 8th hole. And I think he's going to like that. Going with the 8-iron. And this putt is for birdie. And that putt drops. And the wind could be an issue on this next hole. We're going to have to see how this tee shot goes. And here's an 8-iron. Poor approach shot there. Not enough club on that one, I think. And this putt could save par. And that one's right in the cup. And let's see how this goes out of the bunker. And about 4 feet from the cup. And that one will drop. Okay, now moving on to the 11th. And here's the 3-wood. And not the greatest approach shot there. I'm going to assume the wind had something to do with that. And about 22 feet to the cup from here. And just missing. And this putt is for bogey. And moving along, now on the 12th hole. Wow, look at this drive, folks. Serious power. And he's taking this through some brush here. And he's probably not too pleased with that. And I think he will be happy with that. Okay, from 28 feet to the cup. All right, let's see what happens on the 13th hole here. And about 175 yards to the pin. And here's the 6-iron. Now it's an unfortunate approach shot. Too much club, I think. And this putt is needed to save par. Oh. This one's about 3 feet away. And now the 14th hole. It's looking like it's heading into the fairway. And this for the birdie. And finishing this one with a good putt. And a promising looking shot here. And about 185 yards to the pin. And he's got to be happy with that. And 35 feet to the cup. Oh, and wouldn't that have been nice? Just didn't drop. Okay, and let's have a look at the leaderboard. Okay, about 165 yards to the pin. And going with the 7-iron on this one. Five feet to go here. And finishing this hole out with a solid putt. And teeing off on this par 3. And going with the 6-iron. And this putt is for birdie. And from that length, my goodness, that was some putt. And picking up on the 18th hole action here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think this one's going to find the fairway. And it appears it actually ended up in the rough. That lie is going to be much easier than the last one. And from 165 yards. It looks like a 7-iron. And he's on the green. And this one's a 9-footer. And that one will drop for birdie. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for some golf. My name's John McCarthy. So glad you could join us, and I can't wait to get things started here on the TGC Network. Third round action, folks. Hope you're excited, because we definitely are. And we're down on that first hole tee to see how this unfolds. And about 105 yards to the pin from here. Okay, he is now on the green. And this one's for birdie. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. And now setting up for the par 4. And I think he will be pleased with that. From the 150-yard marker. This is heading towards the green. And that next putt is going to be an epic one, that's for sure, but they're on the green. Ooh, and that was very close. And this putt is for par. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. And setting up for the par 5 hole. Well, this one's looking pretty good. And I am pretty sure he's going to like that. And about 9 feet to go here. For the birdie. All right, here's the 4th hole. And he will like that. And I think he will like that. And this is for birdie. And a nice putt. And now teeing off on the par 3 hole. Going with the hybrid here. And that approach is on the green. And a lengthy putt in the near future. And about 6 feet away. And that putt drops on in for par. And now teeing off on this par 4. I think we'll find some fairway here. And this one's about 4 feet from the cup. For the birdie. And let's see what the 7th hole has in store today. And this is looking fairway bound. And about 180 yards to the pin. I think that's a 5-iron. And nothing wrong with that shot. And about 29 feet to the cup. And just a fantastic putt from that length. Forget about it. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. from 120 yards out. And heading for the green. This putt's for birdie. And now let's take a look at the action on the leaderboard. Okay, and on to the 9th. And going with the 9 iron. And this putt is for birdie. Oh my goodness. That was a nice putt, but just missing there. And tapping in for par. And now setting up for the par 4 tee off. I think he'll be happy with that. And about 165 yards to the pin. And going with the 7 iron on this one. From 14 feet. And that'll drop for birdie. And now setting up on the par 3. Three wood in action here. This one's looking pretty good. Well, that approach is definitely on, and there's a fair ways still to get to that hole. And for the par. And that putt will drop. And now setting up for this par 5. And nicely done. Looking like we'll have some fairway here. And he's probably going to like that. Pretty sure he's going to like that one. Setting up 12 feet away from the cup. And that one drops for the birdie. And now the 13th hole. It appears to be heading for the fairway here. And about 170 yards to the pin. Looks like a 7 iron. Well, he'll probably like that. And this for the birdie. And from that length, that is just fine work. And setting up now on the 14th hole. Well, this one's looking like it's in the fairway. This one's about a 7-footer. For the birdie. the 15th here. Well, pretty sure this is going to land in the fairway here. From here, about 195 yards to the pin. And I think he'll like that. And this putt's for birdie. And this putt's right around 2 feet. And setting up on the 16th tee. Well, so far so good for this one. And about 120 yards out from here. He's going right through the brush on this one. And he's in the short stuff now. And this one's for birdie. Oh my goodness, close, very close, but no cigar. And this putt's for par. And a good putt. And let's see what the 17th has in store. From 21 feet away. And for the par. Teeing it up here on the 18th. I think he's going to like that. And he'll be happy with that. And about 16 feet left to go. Ooh, that would have been good. And tapping it in to end the round with a par. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are ready for the golf. I'm so glad you could join us for this event presented by the TGC Network. We are ready for final round action of our first event of the season. Let's get down there to the first tee and see how this unfolds. Going with the pitching wedge here. Nice shot. I think you'll like that. And this putt's for birdie. This one's about 2 feet from the cup. And setting up for this next tee off, wind could be an issue here. Let's see. Well, this one's looking like it's finding the fairway. And about 155 yards out. Going with the 9-iron here. And some unfortunate luck there on that approach shot. Just didn't have enough club. And this putt to save par. Finishing this hole with a solid putt. And now let us see what the third hole has in store. And it's looking like this is bound for the short stuff. From 240 yards out. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a poor approach. A bit too much club on that one. And I think he will like that. And they're about 3 feet away here. And next up we have a par 5 hole. I think he'll like that. Look out, it's gonna get sandy. I think he'll like that. And this one's for birdie. Oh, and the long putt almost drops. Now let's see how things are shaping up on the leaderboard. Okay, let's see what the 5th has in store today. Looks like the hybrid is on display here. I think you'll like that. 23 feet to go. Oh my goodness, nothing to be ashamed of there. That was a good long one, but oh, it almost went. And next up is a par 4, folks. This one's a toss-up. Let's see where this one will land. And I think he's going to like that. And this putt's about a 2-footer here. And teeing off on this par 4. And I think he will be happy with that. From 170 yards out. And going with the 7-iron on this one. And I think he's going to like that. And this for the birdie. Ooh, unfortunate. And about 4 feet from the cup. And that putt drops for par. And the 8th hole is next. And I think he will be pleased with that. Going with the 9-iron. And pretty sure he's going to like that. And this for the birdie. Ooh, and that was very, very close. And this putt's about 3 feet away. And that putt will go for par. And now setting up on this par 3. And this one's heading towards the green. Now he's on the green. Time for putting. And about 5 feet from the cup. And that one goes for birdie. And let's see what the 10th has in store. And 180 yards out. And that looks like a 5-iron. Nothing wrong with that. And this putt is for birdie. Ooh, and it just misses. And now getting ready to tee off on this par 3. And that will not be on the green. And since he's been hitting those greens pretty regularly today, he's probably not going to feel too bad about that. Really nice shot out of the sand. And this is to save par. And a decent putt. And now teeing off on the par 5. And he will like that. I think this one might be in the rough. This one's about 3 feet from the cup. And that par putt will drop. And time for the 13th here. Okay, this one's looking pretty good. And a $190 out here. Yeah, it looks like a 5-iron. Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that. From 20 feet. Oh, and wouldn't that have been nice? And with a tap, they'll get a par. And now setting up for the par 4. And this will go far. This one's about 10 feet from the cup. And that one will go for birdie. And moving on to the 15th hole. Well, I think this one's going to find short grass. And from 175 yards out. Going with the 6-iron. Okay, and he's on the green now. And this one's for birdie. And that one will drop. And now setting up on the 16th tee. This one's looking pretty good so far. And about 150 yards to the pin. Going with the 8-iron here. And nothing wrong with that shot. And about 18 feet to the cup. Oh, and the long putt doesn't want to drop. And tapping in for par. Okay, and moving on to the 17th now. And looks like a 6-iron. And this putt's for birdie. Ooh, and just inches away from greatness. And it's time to take a peek at the leaderboard. And now teeing up for the final hole of the round. And a promising looking shot here. Well, I definitely didn't see that going into the rough, that's for sure. And that shot is back in the fairway from 140 yards out. And he's probably going to like that. And this next putt is for 66 on their final round. So close. And they'll tap it in and end the round with a par.